Claude Design is an incredibly powerful tool, but that is only if you know how to use it. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what it is, exactly what it can do, and exactly how you can get the most out of it starting today. Matter of fact, I put together a 6-step framework for learning Claude Design, and step 5 is the one that most people skip, but it is the most important thing to know. So let's jump right into step 1, which is learning the interface. So you can get it by going to claude.ai/design. It's important to know that it's not in the Claude desktop or mobile app yet, but it is on the web, which means that it's actually an Anthropic Labs project, which means that it's experimental. But it does work. It works really well here. When you open up Claude Design, you're going to see prototype, slide deck, from template, or other as an option. If you click on prototype, you get two different options. You get wireframe, which is a rough sketch for exploring ideas quickly, or you get high fidelity, which is a polished, real looking version of what you're trying to build here. If you're just starting out, I would go with the high fidelity. If you click slide deck, that's exactly what it sounds like. You're telling Claude what the presentation is going to be about, and it's going to build you a PowerPoint presentation or just a presentation deck. The from template lets you start with a pre-built example. So Claude Design has a whole library of these. You can browse them. If you find one that you like, you can use that as your starting point. And then the other tab here is for anything that's custom that doesn't fit into those categories, which, by the way, is a lot of things. And then over to the right side, you have 3 different tabs. You have design, which is where all of your projects will live. You have examples, which are pre-built designs that you can browse and then use. And then there's design systems. And we're going to come back to that one. Trust me, this is big. You also see that it says only you can see this project by default. But you can share this project with your team if you have one, which actually takes us into step number 2 in the framework, which is creating your first design. So let's build something together right now so you can see how this thing actually works. So I'm going to click prototype. I'm going to click high fidelity. And then let's name this project. I'm going to create a landing page for the best side hustle that's out there, which is a gumball machine bulk candy business. And then this moves us over to the workspace. You see your chat on the left. You see your creations on the right. Everything that you build will happen in here. Then on the left, you're going to see start with context. Now, this is completely optional. Just want to throw that out there. But this is where you can connect your design system. And again, if you don't know what that is yet, don't worry, because we're going to touch on that in a bit. But you can also add things like a screenshot of something that you want Claude to reference. You can attach a code base, which is the code behind an existing website or app if you have that. Or you can drag in a Figma file, which is a popular design tool that a lot of teams use. And listen, you don't have to use any of these if you don't want to. You can go straight to the prompt box, which we are going to do at the bottom of the page here, and then just start typing. But you'll notice that it already has the tags like high fidelity and interactive prototype. You can also drag files straight into the canvas on the right if you want to. So now let's actually build something here. I'm not going to add any files here, but I am going to type, build me a landing page for a gumball machine bulk candy business with a hero section, features, pricing, and a footer, which, just so you know, all of these are standard elements of a website layout. Now, I think this is interesting. Watch what happens. Before Claude builds anything, it's going to ask me a bunch of questions to understand the project better. Now, remember, I didn't give it anything. So it's going to ask things like, who's the target audience? What's the vibe? What's the colors? How many sections do I want? You can answer these yourselves if you'd like, or you can say, if you don't know, you can just say, decide for me, and then Claude's going to handle the entire thing. Okay, I'm going to answer a few of these here, but I'm going to let Claude decide most of it. And look at that. We have a full navigation at the top. We have a hero section. And if I scroll down, we will see the features, the pricing, the footer, and this actually looks like a real website. And you'll notice over here on the right that we can start tweaking this if we want to. And we haven't even gotten to the editing part yet. And we're already starting to see some of these options, which is really cool. We're going to dive into that here in a few seconds. But before we do, I'm going to show you just a couple more examples. So now we already have a website. So I went back to the home screen here. I clicked on slide deck, and then I'm going to type create an animated pitch for a gumball machine candy business looking for investors. Claude's going to ask me the same types of questions. You can answer them if you want to. So let's let it cook and see what it comes up with. Okay, so these aren't ugly default slides. These actually look pretty good. Some are animated. It looks like they're properly formatted. It looks like a professional presentation. And I can't tell you how many times that I've opened up PowerPoint and stared at a blank white page and I'm just wondering where to start. And this is the answer. This is it. This can create it for you if you want. Okay, so let's do one more example here. We have our website. We have our pitch deck for investors. So now I'm going to type in create a mobile app for a gumball machine bulk candy business where customers can track their machines, they can reorder inventory, and they can view sales. Claude is going to ask me some clarifying questions. It's going to ask about different types of screens and styles and how I want it to be interactive, but let's let it cook, see what it comes up with. Okay, just a few minutes later, I have this fully interactive app prototype. It has multiple screens, has working navigation, has inventory tracking, sales dashboard. This is everything that I asked for, and I can actually click through it. Take a look. This looks like a real app. It just blows my mind. So this is a great tool so far, which takes us to step number 3, which is refining your design. So Claude Design built you something, but it may not be exactly right. The good news here is that you're not stuck with whatever they gave you. You can actually start to refine it along the way. So let's edit a few things here. You really have 4 ways to do it. They make it super easy. First, you can just edit directly. You click edit, you click on any text, you change it, and then it's fixed. Second, you can leave comments. You click on any specific element, you leave a comment like make this button bigger or change this into 2 different columns, and then Claude is going to fix just that one thing for you. And then third, which is kind of crazy here, is that you can draw. You can click draw and sketch on the canvas. You want an image here, it's going to put an image here. You draw a box, you draw a sidebar, you draw a rectangle. Claude is going to interpret what your sketch is, and then it's going to build it for you. And fourth, make sure that tweaks is turned on. Remember those color palettes that we saw earlier? That was part of the tweaks palette. That could change things like color schemes or layout variations, dark mode, light mode. You could swap between them if you want to without prompting anything. You're really just using the tweaks section to make those changes. But before we move on to crucial step number 4, I'm going to ask that you please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's something that would really help out my channel. But let's move on. Step number 4, exporting and Claude code. Okay, so we've made some designs that we really like. We refined it, and now we're thinking about what we're actually going to do with it. Well, there's a couple things you can do. First, you can click share in the top right, and you do have a lot of options here. One, you can see that you can set access for your teammates. Again, comment or view or edit. You can copy the link and share that if you'd like. You can duplicate the project or save it as a template. But then down here is where it gets really good. The most powerful option that's in this list, that is handing it off to Claude Code. Now, your design will go straight into Claude Code. And that brings us into our step number 5, design systems, which happens to be the biggest piece of Claude Design. Now, we told you at the beginning of this video that this is the feature that most people are going to skip right past. And honestly, in my opinion, this is the most important thing about Claude Design. But here's why it's so important. It's because everything I just showed you looks pretty good, right? The mobile app, the website, the application, it all looks good. But they all have the same problem. And that is that Claude picked the colors. Claude also picked the fonts. Claude made the style choices. And the results were okay, right? Maybe they weren't yours, but they were okay. But it wasn't your brand. If you don't have a brand yet, that's fine. But when you start designing presentations and websites and sales documents, you want them all to look the same. You want your stamp on it. You want it to look like your business. A design system fixes all of that. Think of it as your brand's blueprint, right? It's your specific colors, your fonts, the way the buttons look, the spacing, the style that makes something feel like it came from your company and not somebody else's company or an AI. And again, you don't already need to have one. Claude Design can actually build this for you. But once you build one and design it and know the colors that is you and your brand, it's something that you're going to want to keep and use for all of your artifacts. Which takes us into step number 6, which is our last step, which is what to know before you even start. First, to get this, you go to claude.ai/design, which I mentioned earlier, but you do need at least a pro plan, which is $20 a month or higher. If you have that, then you're good to go. You already have access. Also know that it does use your tokens really fast. Claude Design has its own weekly usage limit, and that's separate from your regular Claude. Now, you can burn through a big chunk of those pretty fast in one project, so I would suggest to start small, maybe a slide deck or a simple page if you want. Learn how it works, and then you go big. Second, this is still a research preview tool. You will run into bugs. I've ran into bugs. There could be text overlap, but I'm telling you right now, if you do design, this is absolutely worth it in my own opinion. Third, just to reiterate, this makes designs, not full applications. If you do need a full application with a database or user accounts and payments, you need to send this over to Claude Code. Claude Code will do that for you. And that is Claude Design. Everything that you need to know to start using it the right way. And if you watched my last video about the 6 things in Claude, think of this as the next piece in that puzzle. I'm going to be doing a full build video where I share my screen and I start from the beginning and I work all the way to the end building something like a very professional website. So if that's something you're interested in, please hit subscribe so you don't miss that. And I'll catch you in the next one.